Welcome back, everybody, to the number one relationship podcast that I know of, and probably, hopefully, the one that you know of. We've got an amazing host here today. She's actually here every week, and she's been doing the Lord's work. So thank you very, very much. I want to introduce you to her right now. Here she is, dressed in a beautiful black bustier.
It's not a bustier.
It is the one and only, the smartest girl in the world, the love of my life, Nivine Nash. Hi, Nivine.
Before we dive into the questions, Jason, I want to do a quick Magic Mind update.
Magic Mind update. Here it is. This is Magic Mind. Incredible.
You guys know we love these. We talk about them pretty much every week.
You can take this focus shot and feel so amazing. I have it every day around 1 or 2 o'clock. And actually, I have a podcast coming up in a second.
Yeah.
Another podcast.
Yeah, you're killing it with the podcast.
Yeah. And it'll keep me sharp, keep me focused.
It doesn't give you the jitters, which I think is really amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And like it just is a calm energy, but still energy. It has like just enough of matcha in it to give you like a little zing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just packed with vitamins. I love it so much. And I love their sleep shots too.
Yeah, it tastes like something that you would like go to like a juice bar and like pay like $12 for. Really fresh. We keep them cold, which they're really nice cold.
Them in the fridge.
And if you go to the link in the description right now, you're going to get 48% off your Magic Mind subscription with the code ALLGOOD20. And go check out Magic Mind. Start your subscription today. And they have all kinds of stuff. They have sleep aids as well. And thank you, Magic Mind. We love you.
Thank you, Magic Mind.
I hope you guys are enjoying the show. We love you guys. We're trying to help people.
Eyes up here. That was crazy what you were doing.
We have our first topic of the day. What do
Yeah.
you do when a guy has got his eyes on your chest and not in your face? How does that feel? Go.
How did you feel on the hike today when I was the object of everyone's affection?
Unbelievable. We're going up the hike. Nivine is ahead of me because she's going turbo. She's actually getting really strong. And I was lagging, and I'm about 100 feet behind her. And then 2 old guys, probably like 65.
Yeah, no, they were pretty old.
But they're moving. They're moving pretty good on the hike.
Well, they're going downhill. We were
They
going uphill.
they pass Nivine, and then they go back and they do a turnaround. They do a turnaround butt check on Navine's butt, and I go, hey.
To be fair, though, I think what happened was he had said good morning.
Yeah.
And
He said good morning to you.
he said good morning, but then I was like slow at processing.
Yeah.
So then when I said good morning, they were already behind me. So I don't know if they looked back when I said good morning or if they were looking back to look at me. Because to be honest, looking back to see my butt isn't going to be the best.
Yeah, your butt's the best. And what are you
It's
talking
not.
about?
No, I'm saying it's not going to be the best. I think I'm better from the front.
Why would they turn? Why did they need to turn around? They're 200 feet past you. There's no reason for them to turn around. They're done saying hello.
Listen, they're married probably to someone around their own age.
Oh, don't
They're
bring that
tired.
into it.
Their wives are just. Anytime you see 2 guys hiking alone, you know their home life is a little boring.
That's true. I used to have a lot of buddy hikes.
Well, you had one last week.
I did.
That's when you have to start worrying, ladies.
I did. Then we walked up next to a guy. Then Nivine pulls up yesterday. She pulls up to a homeless guy, and she pulls out $5 to give him $5, and which is really nice. And the guy looks into the car. I'm in the passenger seat, and he goes, I just lost my dad. Like that. And I was like, oh, that's so sad. I'm so sorry. And he's like, and I didn't get it until we started to pull away.
He was like, cherish these moments together. And I was like,
he thought I was her dad.
but he did.
He's
But
like-
maybe it's because
He's like, he's not going to be around forever. That was crazy. We gave him $5 for an insult.
it was so awkward. But I think it's because he was probably like, why should you? I don't think you look like you could be my father.
I definitely do if he said that.
No, he hasn't had food in weeks. The guy's tired. He's on drugs. He's not thinking straight.
We don't know that about him. But anyway, so that was a nice
How does that
poop
make
sandwich.
you feel?
You
Because
notice
it made me feel pretty good.
then Navine's been we took this we're doing this app, and they take your blood and they test everything for you, which is really great. And it's called the Superpower app. And I came up, they did our biological age. So I'm 51. My biological age was 50.7. So basically about the same, my biological age. Navine's was 26 and she's 32.
Which, so to be honest, they say that if you're even a year or two under your real age,
Yeah.
that's incredible. And usually people are 2 years older. Did you know that?
No, I didn't
Like
know
the
that.
normal thing is like you're usually 2 years older if like you're drinking or you're like not eating that well. For me to be 26, so for you, it's great actually. You win because you're a year younger. So
No,
you're doing
I'm
good.
4 months
No,
younger.
it's almost unheard of to be 26 when you're 32. I can, there's nothing I can't do.
So now this has been like just a surge of confidence in Nivine.
Literally crazy, like to be 26 again. Like a lot of people spend their lives like wishing they could go back in time. And like I get to in real time. Like I'm 26. That's what my blood says. If I were to die tomorrow and I was unrecognizable
Yeah.
and I don't have an ID on me and they like scan my body, they'd be like 26-year-old female, big boobs, dead.
Well,
They would think I was 26. So
let's-
how am I not 26?
Okay, so let's use what you're saying now to help the people out there. Now, if you guys can have
so young.
half the confidence that Nivine has, this goes for men or women. If you can have half the confidence that Nivine has, you're going to be doing great. So confidence is everything, and you've taught me a lot of that. I'm trying to be more confident.
Jason, you keep looking down. I'm not even wearing a push-up bra today. Get it together.
Sorry,
So
I'm not looking down. I mean, I am. I don't know why, but
I feel like
yes.
$1 million. Okay, so here is the key to staying young.
Well, yeah.
You have to almost have a
Delusion.
no, because to be honest,
A lot of money.
because my best friend has done the biological age test,
Yeah.
who's been like crazy healthy her whole life.
Yeah.
Like very
What'd she
like
come out at?
3 years older than her age.
Really?
Yeah, and the only difference,
Yeah.
she's a more stressed person.
Oh.
I would say she holds in a lot of stress. I can freak out about something.
Yeah.
But genuinely, I can shake it off. Like, and I'm not if I'm upset, I'm showing it. I
Right.
don't hold in like a anger. And I think that is so important.
Right.
You have to be light to be young. Like, and I almost have to ground myself a little bit because I'm so light that I could like fly away.
Okay.
26,
All right.
Jason.
All right. That's enough. That's enough crowing for today. Good job. Good job.
My birthday's coming up and
Yeah.
our birthdays. And
Yeah.
I don't know. I might get a cake that says 27.
Yeah. Are you excited for Coachella?
I'm so excited.
We got a house for Coachella. We're very excited.
I think it will be really fun. I looked at pictures of the house.
Yeah. Oh, you did?
Gorgeous.
You like it?
Yeah, it looks
got a
so
game room.
fun. But one of the rooms has 2 twin beds.
Well, yes.
So
So who's going in there?
how
is your
does
question.
that work? Because I think it would be a funny bit
Yeah.
if everyone that's in the house, right? Like we're all there, and then we're like, you and I are like, please give us the room with the twin beds, because then they'll almost be like, wait, why do they want, like, what's so special about it? And then we'll make other people want that room.
I don't think our friends are that dumb.
You never, no, there's something about people wanting something. Our initial thing is to want that thing.
No,
like,
no.
why would we want
No,
twin
gotta
beds?
get-
What are we doing?
Yeah, it's a funny thing that you're proposing, but we need to get there first and grab the best room. That's
Well, the
basically
problem
what
is
needs to happen.
if so, you and I would say are like early, like sharp, like we're not
No.
getting so drunk the day before that we're not going to make it to the house on time, right?
Nah.
But the problem is if Joe and Caitlin come too, they're, I would say, at the same level as us. Like they go home early, they wake up early, they're sharp, they're with it. So it's like, who's gonna win between the two of us?
I don't know. Maybe we could do some kind of like roulette or something to pick the rooms.
Yeah. Well, I think there's a few good rooms.
Hey, I brokered this whole thing. I'm taking the big room.
Where cut to you and I in the twin beds. You're like, oh, because Jason is literally the sweetest, kindest person. Like he would be like, no, go ahead, take. It's fine. Take the room for sure.
No, not this year.
Not this year.
I don't have many years left. I need the big room. I'm biologically 50.
Jason, are you ready to help some people out?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Okay. What do you think about people that go back to someone toxic and they say like, "Oh, I just want closure."
Oh.
Like, "Hey, can we so say you break up with someone and they're like,
Terrible.
"I just want closure. Can we meet up and talk about it?"
I think that they're addicted to that toxicity and that they're making an excuse to go back and see them. And it's a very, very dangerous area to be in. And if you're in that situation, you got to get out. That's it. They're toxic. They're done.
Yeah.
Cut it off.
Cut it off.
Yeah, it's like a cancer on your body. You got to cut it out. Never talk to them again. That's what I think.
The same.
Great.
Perfect. We're on the same page, you and I. Okay, what about when a guy says he doesn't want a relationship, but he keeps like texting? Why do guys do that?
They keep texting?
Yeah, like so imagine you like tell a girl, "Hey, I don't want anything serious," but they keep like messaging.
I see.
I have a hot take about this.
Okay, go.
A lot of girls I notice will be like, "Oh, he says he doesn't want something, but like he keeps like coming back and like he keeps writing me."
Right.
And I'm like, "You keep answering."
Oh.
That's like, it's as simple as that.
Yes.
Even when someone keeps like, if you break up and they keep coming back, you're not special. They're not coming back because you have some unbreakable bond. They keep coming back because you're still available. I've been thinking a lot about that.
Yeah, and guys just get lonely and they'll just
Yeah,
text
it's
'cause
not
they're lonely.
that serious, but sometimes women or sometimes men will think it's like this, some crazy bond that like, oh, even though we break up, like we always come together. And it's like, no, it's because you haven't found anyone else and neither have they. So they just keep coming back and you keep like letting them. It's not that serious.
Yeah, I love that. Have you ever? So, did you ever have a guy that was like, "I don't want to date," but he kept texting you?
Not one time.
They always wanted to date.
Well, to be fair, if someone didn't want, I'm pretty good at selecting people that are on the same wavelength as me.
Okay.
Like if I saw someone and they gave me a weird vibe or they seem like they're not, like they seem a little wild or something, like I wouldn't want to go on a date with that person because I'm like, oh, they don't look really that serious to me. So the people I did go on dates with, I did kind of like have a general sense of like, I can kind of tell who would be a relationship person and who is not. And that could be me judging, but that's all you have to go off of.
Yeah. I'm trying to think if no, I don't.
I could see you like leading some girls on. Not leading them on, but being like not ready.
I think maybe it's tough because like two people, they have like a different idea of what's happening. You know what I mean? Like, like, oh, I'm just letting you know that this happened to me today or whatever. And I thought you'd think that was this funny. And then the girl reads it as, oh my God, he's in love with me.
Something that was interesting that happened between us.
Yeah.
Is that I thought was funny was like, when Jason and I got together and got engaged, someone from his past had messaged me and was like, oh, we were in this like big serious relationship. And then I asked Jason about it and he was like, oh, it was like a thing kind of. And it was like such an interesting thing that like the same situation from two different people can be so different.
Yeah,
like in her head, you're her ex-boyfriend, but in your head, like you didn't even think to ever mention that relationship because it was so nothing.
Right.
So I always think that's interesting. Like you really don't know how important you are to someone.
Well, I think too what's interesting is like two sides of the story. Like we're watching this Natalia Grace thing right now.
Yes.
And so we watched the documentary and the documentary comes out, you're like, oh my God, the girl you come out on the little girl's side. You're like, oh my God, this is awful. What happened to her? And now we're watching the Hulu doc, and it's like, oh, wait a minute. No, the parents were the ones that were completely dicked over and put in a bad position. And you just don't know.
You really don't know.
And then even then, the parents end up getting divorced, and they're mad at each other. And it's
now
like at one time, and so they have two different sides.
Also, the husband is like saying that the wife was crazy and she makes stuff up. And now we're learning that like her dad had like schizophrenia.
Yeah.
It's like that's why you do have to be careful being told something, because like you really don't know.
Yeah,
which is tough.
Then we're watching it last night, and Mark Duplass, who Nivine has a crush on, he tries to kiss his wife. Nivine has like parasocial relationships when she's
I don't
watching
have
stuff.
parasocial relationships. When I'm watching something, I'm in it. I'm in it.
The character that Mark Duplass is playing goes, "Oh, I'll give you a kiss," to his wife, and Navine's watching the show, and she goes, "I'll take a kiss." Like that. I thought that was wild.
What's wild is I just go, "I'll take a kiss," and then Jason turns around and he's like, "You kissed him? So you're in it too."
Well, I'm gonna have to find Mark Duplass and fight him. I guess because he's coming after my woman in this show.
I don't know. I like
he's doing a good job in the show.
He's killing that part because, like, remember how weird that guy was, like from the documentary.
Yes,
like,
yes.
He seems very like.
Well, he's just a big goof.
Goofy,
It's a fun part to play because he's playing like goofy.
It's so funny, but then he'll have these like
kind of cringy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like the let's shake it off. Like
it's good. Yeah, Mark Duplass.
He's killing
good job.
it.
We love that. Yeah, we went to see TJ Miller and Annie Lederman in Pasadena, and we're having a great time at the show. We love seeing good stand-ups, especially stand-ups that I know personally. Is more fun because you're like, oh, okay, what are they gonna do?
Yeah.
Anyway, this guy comes up to me and he's like, "Yo, man," he's like, "Oh man, yo, bro, everything I do, man, everything." He's like, "Yo, you're the best. You're the best." He's like, "Everything I do is because of you, man," like that. And I was like, "Oh, wow, thank you so much." Like, I'm like feeling it. And then he goes on stage. I think on stage he was like, "Yo, it's so crazy to be up here
because there's big directors here.
Because there's a big director here."
Yeah, and that's where I was like, "Where?"
Yeah, and so I was like, "Huh." I started to look for the big director too, like looking for Michael Bay or something. And then afterwards, we saw him again, and we found out that he thought I was Mark Duplass.
He took a picture with you, which is the funniest part of it. This is how I knew he didn't know who Jason. Like, this is how we knew. He introduced Jason to someone else, and he was like, "Mark Duplass," and I was like, "Yeah," and I was like, and nice to meet you. But I don't think maybe you didn't hear it right, or like you were a little confused. Because
I definitely heard him say Mark Duplass, and I think at that point I was just like, I'll just save face and just be like, "Hi."
Yeah, it was so funny. Like,
"I'm not Mark Duplass."
A picture was taken, but then you ended up confronting him.
I did?
Yeah.
What did I say?
You went up and you're like, "Hey man, I'm not him." But then the guy got a little weird. Remember, he goes, "I know, I was fucking with you."
Yeah.
But it's no. But he wasn't. But I could tell he didn't. He almost didn't know how to handle it.
Yeah.
It was such a weird interaction.
I know, I was fucking with you, he said. Yeah.
Yeah, he said it like that.
Like, okay.
But it's like, no, you weren't.
Yeah, because you went on stage and you said there was a big director here.
It's so funny to like mistake someone. So I think it's so interesting when someone, like, he should have just laughed.
But I don't look like him.
You look exactly like him.
Like Mark Duplass? Put up a picture.
Jason, it's uncanny.
What?
Yeah.
Put up a picture. I do not look like him.
You do.
Then we went to dinner last night. Remember that?
No. I'm just kidding. It was so fun. I literally love going on dates with Jason.
She turns to me and she goes, "How about a date night?" And I was like, "Okay."
Guys, we literally go... Most nights we go on a date, I feel like.
Yeah, and then the next day she'll go, "Nothing." No, she completely forgets anything that I've done.
Well, because I also like
there's no dates.
I read this thing that it's like you got to keep guys on their toes. You can't let them think they're doing too good of a job or they start slacking.
Yeah, I know. Because in my mind, I'm like, man, I gotta really step up my game up.
Yeah, see,
and then
it's
I go,
working.
wait a minute, we went on a date last
Like,
night.
we're going on dates every night.
Yeah,
That's really funny.
yeah. Okay, go ahead. Next question.
Oh, this is an interesting one.
Yeah.
Is it ever okay to date someone your friend had a thing with?
No.
Never, right?
Never. I don't think that's okay at all. And
I think
people
it's
do it all the
so
time.
weird. There's a million people.
I think it's strange, and I think that there's some people that get off on it.
Yes.
Yeah, it's really weird.
I think it's the most bizarre thing in the whole world. That you have a weird thing. Like, there's no reason.
I think it's funny when someone I've heard stories with friends of mine where they're like, "Hey, is it okay if I date Ashley?"
Yeah.
And then my other friend goes, "No, no, it's not okay."
Like, well, you can't really tell me who to date.
Yeah.
No,
I don't know. I don't get that at all.
I'll never get that.
Yeah, you have to have some sort of semblance of like loyalty to your friends, and
Yeah.
like if one of my friends started dating you after we broke up, I'd be like, no.
That's just weird.
Oh my
Well,
God.
also, it's like a marriage, but what if it was someone you went on like 4 dates with, but you slept with?
I mean, I don't think it's okay, but it's
I don't think
something
so.
that I could probably let slide.
Oh, so if we had to go on a date with a celebrity couple,
Oh,
who would it be?
Dax Shepard and actually, no, you love Dax.
I love Dax, but I don't think I would get along with Kristen Bell. She's
Why?
too
She's sweet.
She seems like very like musical theater kid.
That's okay. It's not like she's gonna
And
have
very,
to sing at dinner.
very like I feel like she'd bring up like gay rights like 45 times without us ever mentioning anything about I don't know.
Don't say that because remember the story with Bert and Dax? How Bert said that thing and he didn't think Dax would ever see it, but Dax saw it.
I welcome I welcome that.
I'd love to go on a date with them, but you'd be crushing on Dax the whole time, so maybe
You'd
I wouldn't
be
like
I
that.
feel like you wouldn't be yourself because you'd be like I don't know. I think Dax and I have so much to talk about that I don't want you and Kristen. Maybe you guys could be like singing or something on the side.
I'd love to be Alec Baldwin and Ilaria.
Yes.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So who else would it be?
Let's see, celebrity couples. Who's a big celebrity couple?
You know who I would love to have dinner with?
Who?
Judd Apatow and Leslie Mann.
Yeah.
Is that her last name?
Yeah, Leslie Mann. Yeah.
I think they would be fun. Oh, who do you think gives better relationship advice?
Yeah. I think
Jason will give crazy advice sometimes that you're almost like, is this guy okay? Because sometimes someone will be like, do I just like go for this girl? And he's like, no, don't do it. I'm telling you, don't do it. And it's like, is he okay? And Jason will be like, don't. Just focus on yourself, man. Don't go for her. I'm like, does Jason not believe in love? He's like, don't waste your time. Stay home.
You're talking about real life advice, not what we do on here. And I do
Yeah.
that in real life.
Not
do.
that here. I feel like you're pretty open, but in real life, if someone was to ask Jason, like, "Hey, should I stay with this person or should we break up?" I'd be like, "Leave them, and focus on you."
I give that advice to my son.
Yeah, no, he's like, no, girlfriend. I don't think so.
Well, he's very focused. He's doing so good with his band.
There's nothing
And his
like a
schoolwork.
musician falling in love. There's no better music that comes from it.
No.
There's no better inspiration. No. There's nothing better than that feeling of like, whoa, like I'm in love. That's the greatest songs.
You think the songs will level up if he gets a girlfriend?
And if they break up. So it's a win-win. Win-win. What's your number one?
You've given crazy advice too.
I never give crazy advice.
I heard you say some pretty crazy stuff.
What? I'm pretty like even keeled.
Yeah. Okay.
Nothing, because I am the smartest girl in the world.
Okay, go ahead.
What is your biggest green flag in a person?
I think sometimes your advice is like, you give it from a place where you are, when maybe not the place where the people are.
Hold on.
And I'm talking about like, see, I'm trying to think about real life. Actually,
Okay.
in real life, you do give really good advice. On here,
You think I go a little outrageous?
yeah, I think it might be like it might not be attainable for some people what you're asking.
But to be fair,
yeah,
I can give more accurate advice if I know who I'm dealing with. Right?
Yeah,
like
yeah,
when
yeah,
someone
yeah,
writes
yeah.
in, I don't know what they look like. I don't know how old they are sometimes.
Right.
Sometimes I don't know if it's a boy or a girl.
Yeah, that's true.
And then it's like,
But in real life, you do give really good advice.
I think I give really good advice if I really know the person.
Yeah,
obviously.
like you give Todd really good advice. I've seen you give Amira really good advice.
Yeah.
Who else? Charlie.
You.
Well, I'm talking about relationships.
Yeah, I'm always trying to foster relationships with other women.
You give really advice.
Jason was eyeing a 90-year-old woman on the walk today like you've never seen.
I was trying to read her shirt.
No, she was old, okay? And she had writing on her sweatpants on the butt.
No, she didn't.
She did. I swear it said
I was reading
juicy.
the top of her shirt because
Why?
Because I thought it said Arabic, and like you're Arab, so I was like, and I'm a little Arab, and I thought, oh, like maybe she's like Arab.
Is it okay to stalk someone's Instagram?
Guilty.
Before the first date.
I don't know. I'm dead guilty. I did that. I stalked your Instagram for months before you started dating me.
I think it's okay to look.
Yeah, it's okay, right?
To kind of get like a sense of I think especially for girls, it's kind of scary to go out with someone. I don't think you should Google someone or go too deep into it.
Right. Yeah, Googling.
Because you will kind of have, even Instagram, right? It's like I've looked at people's Instagram before and been like, I'm probably not going to go on the
Girls
date.
sort of need to Google the guy before, though, right? Like, they have to see if this guy's like got a warrant or if they're going to be in a dangerous position. I would say that's probably good policy.
Yeah.
Especially around the big cities or the small cities.
I went out to a party once when I was like really young, like 21.
Yeah.
And I was with a good friend of mine, and there was this like guy, and she was like, I think I'm going to go home with him.
Yeah.
And I was like, just think about, like, I was like, you really, like, we met him at the party. Like, this is not, like, go on one date.
Sure.
Like, I don't know. Like, she was so young too that I was like, just don't. And she was like, no, I think I'm going to go. And I was like, okay. I was trying not to be judgy. And then, this was like Facebook was a bigger thing at the time. So we were all adding each other on Facebook. And then something in me just told me to like Google his name.
Sure.
And I Googled his name, and these 4 girls came together to write this article about how he gave them HIV. And I was like, look. And she was like, what the fuck? And then it was like this crazy thing. So then it's me, him, and her sitting in the bathroom, and he's like making his case. Is that not crazy?
And so you confronted
him? An article. Yeah.
You confronted him and said,
I said, I knew you shouldn't go home with him. He gave 3 girls HIV. And then he pulled us into a bathroom at the party and was explaining how all the girls are full of shit. And I was like, why would it be on an article? And like, he was making a big case for it. I don't know.
Wow.
We're still Facebook friends.
There you go.
So in that case, you should look them up because you never know what you could find.
Yeah.
But again, we don't know what's true and what's not true.
Wait, tell that story you told me the other night. It's so good.
Which one?
The one about the party you went to? One of the great things about Nivine is that there'll just be like a story she hasn't told me that's so funny. And okay, go.
One of my good friends is like so hot, but wants to be seen as like a businesswoman so badly.
Yeah.
Like she'll start these companies, like she'll start things, and like she so badly wants to be like a powerhouse, like boss lady,
Sure.
right?
She wants to be taken seriously.
And she wants to be taken seriously so bad. And so she was like, got invited to this. There's one person we met who's like really successful, very successful companies. Like he was doing this retreat in LA. So he's going to be here. And it's like all the biggest business owners that have sold like their companies. They were all meeting up to do this like spiritual retreat type thing at this house in LA. So he was like, hey, on the last night, we're going to have like a meeting of minds kind of party to like celebrate our time. I would love to have you.
Yeah.
And so she's like, he's going to invest in my business. He's like, She had a whole business proposal, and she's like, Nivine, I don't want to go alone. You have to come with me, but like, I don't want you like, don't dress like we're going to a club. Right. Like, I need you to be serious. So we're wearing like blazer dresses and like playing business. And I was going along with it. And so like our Uber pulls up to this house. It's like a rager house party. Yeah. Like there's girls like outside in like tiny club dresses. There's like food trucks outside. Like it looks like a typical like house party. And she looks at me and she's like, what's going on? I was like, I don't know. We look so stupid. We look so stupid. Right. And
who's having a meeting at like 9:00 on a Friday night?
It's crazy.
Great. Go ahead.
So we go in. We see the guy, we see everyone. It's just a party. And he's like, oh, like, have fun, guys. Like, and she's so upset. And so we go into like, some of them are meeting up or like on the upstairs and like, it's more private up there. So we're like up there with them, like talking to everyone. And she's like, just can't shake it off. And so she's like, we need to talk. And so her and the guy go to have like a conversation about what went wrong.
Right. What this is.
And so I'm sitting there in between, like, it's just like a bunch of guys sitting in a circle. Yeah. Talking about like all the money they've made and stuff. And there's like a drug tray that's being passed around with different things. And one guy goes, do you want to take this pill? And I was like, just so bored. I looked so stupid. Yeah. And I was like, all right. And so I take it and he's like, it'll hit you in like 20 minutes. And I was like, okay. And then she comes back in tears and she's like, we've got to go home. And I was like, wait.
So the conversation with the guy went poorly.
Yeah.
He's not interested in business.
She's like crying. She's like, I'm getting an Uber. Like, let's go. And I was like, well, I just took something that's going to hit in 20 minutes. Can we like stay for like an hour? And she's like, are you serious? So then she forces me into the bathroom and like tries to get me to throw it up. And like, she was like, who just takes something without knowing what it is? And I was like, I don't know. I was bored. I'm in a blazer. I'm not being myself. I'm like trying to vomit. I can't. And so then we end up going home and I'm just like, blasting music in our tiny apartment. Yeah. Have you ever like you want to party so bad but you're in a confined space? So I'm just like, yeah, that's crazy. I'm like, I can't believe he did that to you. But that was a tough night. I like could not get to sleep.
It's really funny.
Obviously, I was like, I would never do anything like this now. I was like 22.
Right.
It was stupid. You should never take something. But when you're young, you're dumb.
Yeah.
And I was safe.
All right, more questions. Here we go.
How can you tell when you're in love or just infatuated? Infatuated.
Well, to me, love is like, like, I don't know. Love and infatuation. I don't think I've ever been infatuated.
Well, you were infatuated with me.
I guess
you were calling it love in the beginning.
Oh, yes, that's good. That's well said.
I think love is like when you get to know the person and you're still infatuated.
I think I was infatuated with you. And then when I got to know you, I fell in love with you. And I'm still infatuated with you.
Kiss my behind.
Oh, stop.
Why do people, this is like a common one. Why do people ghost instead of saying they're not interested?
You don't want to hurt anyone's feelings.
Yeah, some people are just like.
That's all it is.
Confrontation is so hard.
That's like what you were doing. You were.
Yeah.
You were.
I want to. I think it would. I think when people are young, I don't know if like high schools would let me do this course.
Yeah.
But I think I should come in to the school, right?
Yeah.
Go to a bunch of high schools in America.
Yeah.
And I do this course of confrontation and public speaking and how it's the same thing and how it's tools to be a better adult. Like I feel like most high school aged kids that I talk to or meet have always been like, I hate public speaking. Oh, no, I can't do that. I can't do that. Or they'll be like, oh, I can't tell this guy. I don't like him because my friend and blah, blah, blah. Like they're so scared of confrontation and public speaking, which I think go hand in hand. Mm-hmm. I think if you're a good public speaker, you can confront someone because it's basically giving them a speech and not anything they say. Like if you're doing a speech, right, and someone says something or something goes wrong, you have your speech memorized, right? So like nothing can shake what you're about to say. Uh-huh. And that should be the same when you're confronting someone. Like if you're going in and saying you don't like someone, there's no convincing that them otherwise. It's like you're on a mission to say this thing, so you're just going to say it.
Right. It all comes back to confidence, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Also, I feel like a lot of guys especially, not girls, will ghost if they're unsure, but they don't want to close the door yet.
Right.
Because they want to keep dating other people and see it, because there's something about you that they don't like, but not enough to be like, okay, I never want to see you again.
Yeah.
And I think people are so scared of putting their foot down about something because they don't know.
I mean, the truth is the guy keeps the door open in case he might be able to get laid.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. That's why they ghost.
Yeah, because it's like, then they can be like, oh, hey, I was really busy.
Yeah.
And it's like for 3 months.
Yeah.
And then he's like, oh, let's hang out tonight.
Yeah.
Or they have a girlfriend or something.
Yeah. All right. Well, that is another episode of The Smartest Girl in the World. Nivine.
Another week.
Another week.
Another hour.
Thanks for being so amazing this week. You've been amazing.
I have.
Nivine fixed my video the other day. She made me a steak bowl. She picked a great restaurant last night that was like something I wouldn't have picked, but it was great. You're just the best.
Thank you.
I love you.
Love you.
Okay.
I'll see you next week. Same time?
I'm not going to get to see you?
No, I think we keep it.
Professional?
Yeah.
Okay.
I love you.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Bye. Make sure to call into the line, guys. I am still paying it
Please
monthly.
Don't pay for the line anymore.
323-860-6600.
Yeah.
Right? Maybe.